Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's really been a while since the last time I saw y'all. I know it's been over a year. I do apologize about that, but it's been quite a year. A lot has happened in the last year. My health, as well as some life changes, just a lot. And it just kind of took me a little bit to get back to myself, which I feel like I am so much more myself now. So I've tried to do this so many times. I cannot tell y'all how many times I've tried to sit down and like film a video and talk to y'all about it, and but it just never felt right. I would go back and try to edit, and it just didn't look like me. It didn't feel like me. So now I'm starting to finally feel like me again and ready to jump back into the whole YouTube game, even though, I really wasn't, a big YouTuber, but it's just fun for me. It's just something that, almost like a journal, I can just sit down and talk to y'all about whatever, whether it's beauty, fashion, whatever, just things that I love and that make me feel good, and to share it with y'all. So I haven't really felt like that in a really long time. So I've finally come around to feeling a lot better and feeling like myself. I am going to our fair, our church fair a little later. My brother and his old band, he is with a new band right now, Trigger Proof, if you've ever heard them. They usually play at the Beau Rivage at one of the clubs there. Check that out if you're in that area or vacationing in that area. My brother's a bass player, so check that out, Trigger Proof. But today, before Trigger Proof started, they are a little bit different band now. They're more of a cover band now, but Hip Boot Joe started back in the day, and they had wrote a lot of their own songs, had a record, even had it played on a country music station here locally in Louisiana. So that was exciting, but unfortunately it never really did take off to anything, and the band kind of split up. But today, for our church fair, they're kind of reuniting and getting back together. So that's going to be fun. So I need to get ready for that. So I thought I would talk to y'all while I got ready for that. And this is the t-shirts that we had made, Hip Boot Joe, together like we used to be. So super cute. I can't wait to see them tonight. That's going to be super fun. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started because I have a lot to tell y'all. I've already moisturized, primed, all that good stuff. So I'll quickly let y'all know I have a new moisturizer that I've been using. I've already moisturized. This is the Clinique Pep Start Daily UV Protector Broad Spectrum SPF 50 moisturizer. It does have a little bit of a tint to it, but it's nothing that's like, I've already got it on, so you can't even, it doesn't even look like I have makeup on, but it's just got that little bit of a tint. So if you like that, I highly recommend this product. I really, really like this product. I'm trying a new primer for my face. I was using the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, which it's actually smaller than this, but recently, in fact, just this week, this will be my third day using it, I decided to try the Natural Radiance primer, which has a little bit of a pink tint to it, and it's the reason why I wanted to try it is because it's more for oily skin, to control the oil throughout the day. So that's why I wanted to try it. I really like the Skin Base, but I really want to see what this is going to do for my oil control. And it also comes in like a yellow tone for, I guess, more of a tanner skin tone. And then I prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the anti-aging one. This one also has a little bit of a skin tone tint to it, which I like. And then I just kind of set that. I give it like a pre-spray with my Max Fix Plus and kind of let that set in. So while that was setting in, I did my little intro here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Today I'm just going to do something really simple because I mainly want to talk to y'all about, what's been going on with me, where I've been. So I'm just going to show y'all what I do on a normal basis when I just need to get ready real quick. This usually takes me about 20 minutes tops. Of course, it's going to take me a little longer today, but it's all going to be just using this palette right here. This is the It Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi palette, and it actually comes with 4 products in the palette. It does have the Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. I couldn't think there for a second, but as you can see, it's all gone. So I do have an individual powder that I'm gonna use. Same thing, just it's not gonna be in this palette. This is the highlighter is the see what it's called, Perfect Lighting Luminizer. They do have this palette. I think they still have it. I'll check and I'll link this palette and that palette down below. The only difference between this one and that one is the highlighter is the cream highlighter, which I really do like, which I'm probably going to use today with this one as well. I like to do that sometimes. But and then this is their bronzer. This is the Sunshine and a Compact Bronzer. It really works well, in my opinion, with any skin tone. It's very light, and it just kind of gives you that glow from within. It's nothing like a heavy contour or anything. Just like a soft glow, and adds a little bit of dimension to your face. And then the Je ne sais quoi blush, the Bye Bye Pores blush in Je ne sais quoi. Maybe I should have said it that way. But everything I'm going to be doing is out of this palette, and that's pretty much it, except for the pressed powder, because there's none left in that palette, which I'm going to bust out right now, which is that. And then, of course, my foundation, I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. This is the SPF 51. It comes in the mirrored packaging. Usually you can find these in either the white packaging, which is the illuminating one, which I actually prefer over the matte one, but the matte one comes in like a black matte compact. This one is actually my all-time favorite though. Between those two, I think this one is like an awesome combination of the illuminizing and the matte Celebration Foundation. I really think it's just a good combination of both of them, because it's definitely mattifying, but it also kind of gives a soft little glow to your skin, and it has the extra benefit of SPF 50 in it. So I'm going to be outside today, even though it's very overcast today. Right now, supposedly it's supposed to have good sunshine later on, but it's like noon. It's like 12 o'clock. Yeah, 12:03 right now, and it's very overcast. So I don't know if we're going to have lots of sunshine, but I am going to be outside, so I figured I'd double up on the SPF. But anyway, and I just wanted to make it kind of quick. You know, I didn't want to be here all day with you. So first of all, we're going to start with my under eye area, and I'm actually going to be using the Bare Minerals Concealer in Well Rested. I was told that, let me put my hair up real quick, that this product was discontinued when I went to the actual Bare Minerals store to get it. And that's when I went to get this one. This one's almost out. And, but she found one in the back for me, so I went ahead and I bought that. But now that this one was running out, I was like, what am I going to do? So I just took a chance, and I went on the Ulta website because I was getting something else from Ulta. And I was like, let me just see if they have it. And they did have it on their website. So I don't know if it's really discontinued or what. I don't know. I do know in the Bare Minerals store it was not out. It's usually out, but it was not. And that's the Well Rested one. All the other ones are out, but this one was not out. That's why I had to ask for it. And that's when she told me it's like discontinued. But I found it on the Ulta website, so I have a new one waiting to be used as soon as this one's over with. But this is a Morphe M334 brush that I'm using to get that underneath my eye. As you can see, it just kind of like just opens it up and just makes it brighter, and you just look more awake without all the fuss of a cream concealer and then having to set it with a powder. And this is just quick. You know, I still do that. Don't get me wrong, I still do that. But this has just been my go-to, especially when I was working, which we'll get to that later as well. This was my 20-minute routine in the morning with my makeup, because I had to get out the door super quick because traffic was always just horrible. I don't miss that at all. So yeah, so anyway, it all goes back to last February. We are now in April, so a little over a year ago. It was the end of February. I caught strep throat. And I know it was strep throat from the beginning. I'm pretty sure that's what it was from the beginning. It wasn't, I was told that it wasn't later on, but I'm pretty positive that it was. And I think everything that happened from that time on till later, all that time in between, brought me to where I am now. So it all started with a strep throat, basically. And my strep throat, my throat actually didn't even hurt. All I had was a really bad cough. And it was like nonstop. It would keep me up at night. It was horrible. Yeah, I just kind of put that like in the T-zone, and of course underneath my eye to kind of give that like a highlighting area right there. That's usually what I do with that. So I did go to the doctor, and of course that's what he diagnosed me as, but like I said, my throat didn't hurt. So but I did lose my voice, and just the cough, like I said, it was horrible. My best friend Debbie had caught it before me, so I knew it was, the whole cough thing was associated with it. I'm not sure why. I'm using, this is the Celebration Foundation, and this is just the brush that came with it. This is the Angled Buffing Foundation. I got mine off of QVC because I like how it, when you buy the compact, it comes with a brush. I'll have that link down below as well. But yeah, just kind of like tap it in first, and then I blend it in circular motions like that. So Debbie had it, so I knew when I started coughing like that, I pretty much knew what it was. And you know, hers lasted for like 3 months. I remember thinking and telling her, like, oh my goodness, like, how long has it been since you've been coughing like this? And then here I was getting the same thing. So yeah, but being the hypochondriac that I am, I'm trying to be better because of what happened and what I did to myself last year. I'm trying to be better with that. But yeah, like I said, being the hypochondriac that I am, I kept going to the doctor because I was like, this cough is not going away. I got better, my voice came back, and but I still had that darn cough. And I was given some cough syrup, and I was put on like 2 more rounds, as I was on an antibiotic when I first went to the doctor, and then when I went back, I was put on a higher dose of an antibiotic, and then I went in for my checkup, and I wasn't quite finished with those antibiotics, and he put me on another round, which was even more potent than the one I was already on. So back-to-back antibiotics, highly powerful antibiotics. Antibiotics do not agree with me. My doctors that know that usually start me off with just a light antibiotic to hopefully get rid of whatever I have, and usually that works. So I've never been put on these 2 antibiotics that I was put on. They were really bad. So anyway, it affected my tongue a little bit, and I think that's where I kind of started to lose weight. Sometime before the summer, I was weighing in at like 94.7 or something like that. I remember when I weighed in, I was like, oh my God, because like I stayed just with an upset stomach and just kind of nauseous here and there, and just not good. You know, I could hardly eat anything. So that's kind of where initially my weight started to go. And but anyway, long story short, also in between that, I'll just mention this, that I was seeing a naturopathic doctor, and she was also treating me. So on top of the antibiotics, she was putting me on more chemicals that supposedly natural, but they are still chemicals going into your body. So I just think, my opinion, and I mean, you know your body, you know how you feel. I think that doing all that and putting all those chemicals into my body brought me to where, like I said, where I am now. So before we continue, this is the Bye Bye Pores pressed powder foundation. Not foundation, the finishing powder. Like, this is in Radiant Translucent. This is the Illumination one. They also have the regular matte one, but I like the Illumination one. I like to just kind of stamp it in those areas where I like to keep highlighted. And it's not like, and like I said, I'm oily, so I definitely don't want to add to the natural shininess that I'm going to have later. So this just kind of gives you that soft glow that I've really been liking lately. The matte one is good too, but I really like this one. So it's just whatever your preference is. They work the same. It just kind of brightens up and gives a little bit of more glow than the other one. So yeah, finally in like August, I went on recommendation of a friend. I'm gonna go into the bronzer now. And this is a Morphe E34. The other brush that I used for the powder was a Morphe E48. I'll try to remember all this and put it down in the description box. So I went to a doctor recommended by a friend, and she basically told me I have acid reflux. And at first I was like, you know, I've always had some tummy issues. I've always had, oops, I think I kicked the camera. I've always had tummy issues, and not really acid reflux, but just issues. But anyway, I thought acid reflux associated with like heartburn and things like that. And I rarely, every now and then I would get heartburn, but nothing like major. I actually get it really bad now. But before, you know, at that time, I wasn't getting any heartburn. I just had this cough that I could not get rid of. So after she told me that, and she's the one that told me that she thinks I've had it from the very beginning and was being misdiagnosed. And I was like, I don't, so like I said, to this day, I don't really believe that. I think everything that I did kind of led up to that. So that's just my opinion. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I know my body. And at that time, that's not what it was. Because other people that I knew had the same thing, strep throat, with this cough that lasted for like months. And if I would have just left it alone, like Debbie did, I probably would not be where I am today. But it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. I totally believe that. And it's okay because things are much better now. But so yeah, so anyway, a little bit under here, a little bit. So anyway, I went in between seeing my gastro. I had a little bit of emergency room fiasco there. I ended up with severe stomach pain one night and ended up in the emergency room. I'm going to take the highlighter right there and put that all over my lid and kind of in the corner. So yeah, so I ended up in the emergency room with severe stomach pains, and they ran all sorts of tests and they could not like find anything serious. So the only thing that they found as far as like when they took blood work and stuff like that was I had a lot of acidity in my blood. So the doctor that I was seeing currently had me on Nexium, and I had kind of like took myself off because I was just not, I mean, it's like I wasn't feeling like I was getting any better. At one point I felt like I was actually getting worse. So I just took myself off of it, but he told me, he recommended me get back on it and maybe follow with my gastritis. So with my gastro doctor. So that's what I did. I didn't get back on the Nexium because I wanted to see my gastro doctor before and just see what he had to say. I'm going to take the bronzing shade and just sweep that into the crease right here. So I went to see my gastro, and he kind of fussed me a little bit. You know, he was like, why didn't you come to me in the beginning? I was like, well, I didn't know I had acid reflux until she told me. So we ended up doing an upper GI just to see what was going on before he put me on anything. He told me not to get on the Nexium. If I felt like I needed it, to go ahead and get on the Nexium, but he wanted to see what was going on in the meantime. So I didn't get back on it. So I had my upper GI just like a week or so later, and I ended up with having gastritis, esophagitis, as well as a hiatal hernia. And I've had an upper GI before because this, like I said, I've always had tummy trouble. And back in the day when Michael and I were trying to have a baby, I had to go through infertility stuff. That's a whole nother story in itself. We're not even going to get into that. So anyway, the fertility medicine made me really, really sick and affected my stomach. So I ended up having an upper GI at that time. So that's why I had a gastro doctor in the first place. But the only thing he found was that my stomach was just a little nervous, and just the fertility probably just kind of messed me up. So he put me on like an antidepressant to kind of calm my stomach down. And I've been taking that for years. So anyway, back to current problem. So he upped my antidepressant 5 more. So I was on like 20 milligrams, now I'm on 25. And he put me on Protonix for like 12 weeks. So it's a little bit more potent in my opinion than Nexium. I think, because I think it helped me a little better than the Nexium did. I felt like the Nexium wasn't doing anything. So yeah, the Protonix did help. I was on that for like 12 weeks, and then he told me to get off of it. I was on like 40 milligrams, so I was taking 2 a day. So I went down to 1 for a little while, and he told me he'd like for me to stay on just 1, like for everyday kind of use, but I don't know, you read all these bad things, and he even told me, do not read about it on the internet, do not look it up. You know, he was just like, I have patients that have been on this for 20 years, it's not going to do you anything, you know, so he was very adamant about me being on this every day. So I did try, but I'm just putting a little bit of the bronzer underneath on my lower lash line right now. So yeah, so I kind of like weaned myself off completely, and I've just been kind of taking it when I feel like I need it. Because after a while of being on it, even like being on, like I said, I tried to be on it just once a day, but I actually kind of started to feel bad again. Like it was giving me heartburn. I know that sounds crazy, but like I said, we all know our bodies, and so you just know what's affecting you. You know, I can't explain it. You just know, okay? So I just knew that that's what the problem was. So, I mean, what it's doing is pretty much blocking your stomach acid. And you need stomach acid to digest your food. So I was getting stomach aches and heartburns. And like I said, I wasn't getting any heartburn before all this. So that's why I think the medicine, like, after taking it for so long and having it in your body, and it's doing its job, but like I said, you need stomach acid to digest your food. So after a while, that acid was probably too low to help digest your food, so it resulted in stomach ache as well as heartburn. My camera cut off in mid-discussion, so like I wasn't paying attention to it, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, it's not even on. So anyways, I had already put on my blush using a Morphe R4 with just the Je ne sais quoi blush. So that's really the only thing let me just throw that around. That's really the only thing you missed out on. Like I was saying, you need stomach acid to digest your food. And I just think mine was just getting too low at that point. And my stomach was trying to work and do its job, and it didn't have enough acid to do its job, so it was affecting me, and it was resulting in stomach ache and heartburn. So that's just how I feel about it. You may have your own opinion about it if anyone out there has the same thing I do. But yeah, like I said, it just kind of took a toll on me, you know, because I had to completely like get off of certain foods, no alcohols, no sugar, no carbs, because carbs contain a lot of sugar and acidic products in it. So I could not have any breads or any pastas or anything like that. So weight just kept coming off of me. And like I said, the lowest I've weighed was like 94 point something. But I finally kind of found a balance of what I needed to eat to put more into my body, to gain more weight, and So I started to kind of gain weight back, and kind of stayed at about 98 pounds for a really long time, but none of my clothes was fitting. I went shopping and I just got a few basic things. I was like, I'm going to gain my weight back. It's not going to be any problem. No, I'm still not up to what I was before. So yeah, I have like almost a whole new wardrobe. No, not really. And just kind of buying things a little bit as I go, or as I need them, because most of my stuff does not fit me anymore. We're going to highlight next before I start jabbering on too much and the camera cuts back off. So I just got to keep making sure it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my brows. I'm not actually doing anything to them. I'm just going to kind of set them with the Anastasia clear brow gel. During all this, I kind of let everything go. Like, I wasn't getting my hair done. My brows were just out of control, so I eventually went, like, let my girl at Aveda, who does my bikini wax, go ahead and, like, hook me up with some with some brows. So she's been helping me get them back together. And like my hair, you've only seen me as a brunette or a redhead. I actually used to be blonde back in the day. And I really kind of towards the end of, like, before I got sick and everything, I kind of like had in my mind that I kind of wanted to go back blonde. I was getting my stylist at the time to add some ombre or some light highlights here and there. But when all this happened, I just kind of stopped everything, and I don't. It was months before, like, I even, like, went to get my hair done. But in the meantime, I started going back to Aveda. My current hairstylist that I was seeing actually had moved, and I didn't even know. She did mention it on Facebook, but I don't get on Facebook, so I'm just going in with the cream highlighter, and this is just a brush that came with it. Got it off of QVC. I'll link it down below, and I just kind of stamp it and pat it. You don't want to rub it, just stamp it. I'm gonna put that here. So yeah, Debbie actually told me, she was like, hey, your girl's not where she used to be anymore. So I had actually canceled my appointment. But they didn't, like, tell me that she had left or anything. I didn't, like, reschedule because I was like, I didn't feel like it. You know, at the time I was coughing so much, I didn't want to go anywhere. So yeah, so I lost my previous stylist, who I absolutely loved, and I'm sure I could eventually go back to her, but I just started going back to Aveda since I was already there doing other things, and I went back blonde. So there's that. So that's a newness that you've never seen before. What else? I moved out of the other room, into this room. This is a little bit bigger of a room. It's just more, it's kind of my happy place now. I have, like, our old couch here. In the meantime, we've gotten a new couch, so I moved that in here and covered it with the potential of getting it professionally covered, because it's okay for now. You know, those you know, covers can be, those wonky covers can be for couches. If you don't get it professionally done, it's not, like, the best, but it'll do for now. I do want to get it professionally done. So anyway, I just kind of moved into here. I'm actually in front of a window now. I've moved this desk so many spots in this area, but this seems to be the best spot. The lighting is much better in here than it was in that room. And this was kind of where Bella's, all her stuff was at, like her tree and everything. She has, like, 2 trees, a smaller one. So we moved, like, her big one in the other bedroom. When there's a bed in there, we kind of gonna make it into, like, a guest bedroom, which we did have a guest over the summer, so we was able to use that room for her until she was able to find her somewhere to go. But that was fun. That was a nice summer visit, and I actually had somebody here with me to get me through these hard times. But so yeah, so that's a little bit of a difference. I still don't know, you know, as far as the background goes, I don't know if that makes a big difference to y'all or not. I kind of like to have a nice background. So I mean, I have a little setup right there or whatever, but I'm not sure what's going on over here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm just taking a Morphe E61 and going into the powder highlight and just kind of going over the cream one, just to show y'all what it kind of looks like. Just, it's very soft and light. It's nothing dramatic. It's just like and I wasn't doing this, like I don't do that or do this on a regular basis. I usually either just use one or the other. But sometimes if I'm feeling frisky, I'll use both of them. But I just thought I'd show y'all that today. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I love mascara. What I would normally use is the Benefits Roller Lash Mascara because I really do think that it gives, this is, I haven't even opened this one up yet. I don't have one open right now because I had bought some other mascaras to try and went back to an old favorite that I'm really not loving as much as I used to. But anyway, the Roller Lash is my favorite. I start off with this one, and then I usually, second coat, I usually use the Chanel Le Volume de Chanel. That is an awesome mascara. It's definitely worth the money if you're going to splurge on something, a makeup product that you want to try. Definitely try this, the Chanel one. It's awesome. And then of course, like a bottom lash mascara that I use. But today, we're going to use some different ones. I'm just going to, I can't really see in that mirror. Just going to comb through my lashes just to kind of get them untangled with each other. So yeah, so what else? Oh, yeah, so I left my job of 16 years. That was a big decision. I just felt like it was sort of a stressful job. And my husband and I sat down and we both like agreed that it was sort of probably contributing to my problem, just the whole stress of everything and then having to go to work and deal with my situation and deal with work, and it was just a lot. So we sat down and we just decided that this was the best thing to do, the best move to make, and I just needed to take care of myself and do what was best for me. So yeah, it was a very, like I said, very hard decision, but after 16 years, I did leave my job, and I think that since I've left, I left in February, at the beginning of February, and since I've left, I've started feeling a whole lot better. I mean, I still have some issues. I still can't eat a lot. I'm gradually adding foods back into my diet. In fact, I just went to my doctor, well, my OBGYN, it was, that time. And I weighed in at 101.8, so I was really excited about that. And I don't know if I said this, but I'm using the Tarte Lights Caramel Lashes, and I remember loving this mascara, but it's just not my favorite at the moment. I find that it's really clumpy. I guess maybe I'm just so used to like the Chanel one. I don't know. I haven't used this one in a really long time, but it was $10 for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. So I went ahead and I picked it up. So I was like, oh, I remember I used to love that. So I use this as my first coat because I really do like, it has good ingredients for your lashes in it. But I just feel like it's clumpy and you got to kind of work with it. It's actually not as bad to date as it has been, but yeah. So yeah, I've been feeling a lot better, and I hate to say that since I left my job, but I think that has contributed to me getting well. And like I said, I still have some issues, but it's not like it was. And I've been, like I said, I've been adding foods to my diet. I just have to pay attention what does and doesn't affect me to what I can eat. And this is the this is actually Clinique. This is just a sample I got from Sephora. It's the High Impact, I believe. yeah, high impact mascara. This is actually a really good mascara, even on its own. I like using the waterproof during the summer because it don't go anywhere. It will stay on your lashes, not on your face. So yeah, I like using this one as a second coat because it kind of helps to separate that clumpiness that the Tarte left behind. So I think that's about it. I'm sure I'm like missing something that I wanted to tell y'all. I'm just going to put the Clinique bottom lash mascara on my bottom lashes. Might have to get another one of these. It looks like it's drying out a little bit. But this one, as well as the It Cosmetics Tightline Waterproof, is awesome. Those two. So I, for some reason, smudge on my bottom with any other mascara. So I have to either wear a waterproof or this bottom lash mascara. It doesn't go anywhere. Or I can do the high, yeah, like I said, any waterproof mascara will work on my bottom lashes. But a regular mascara, I cannot use. Okay, I'm trying to get lips in there. So hopefully we can do that. I actually primed my lips with the MAC Prep and Prime. Kind of gives you a good base to, if you're going to use lip liner, as well as like any lipstick. But I like how it just kind of smooths out your lips, and it's easier for your lip liner to go on. So I'm going to be using the Edge to Edge by MAC. This is one of my favorite lip liners. It's more on the pinky side. Another good one is Dervish. It's got a little bit of a pink to it, but it's more of a pinky nude. I find Dervish could be very versatile. Probably go with anything. So I just kind of line my lips really thick. This is what I've been doing lately, and I really like it. It's almost like the perfect spring and summer lip color. Then I'm going to blend all that in with the Sarah Happ. This is the Lip Slip. This Sarah Happ has like been my new favorite products for the lips. She is like a lip genius. So I just take like a little dollop and just kind of blend it in. It is a little bit on the sticky side, so if you don't like that, this might not be for you. But it doesn't bother me because it really makes it stay on, and a lot of that staying power has to do with these lip pencils. They just have really good staying power, and then combined with this, like I wore this yesterday, and even by the end of the day, I mean, it wasn't like all nice and pretty like this, but I still had color. My perfect pink lip I've been loving lately. We're going to go ahead and give this a spray. And that's it. I think we made it before. I mean, my battery is just a blinking away, but we're going to wrap this up. Thank y'all so much for sticking around and listening to my little story here. I'm not sure what kind of schedule I'm going to have with posting videos and filming them. I'm just kind of starting to get back into the groove of it and kind of just getting into groove of like being home and stuff. So I'll have to figure out where to stick all this at. But yes, there will be more videos to come. Definitely go follow me on Instagram. That's pretty much the only place I'm at. I have a Facebook. I'll have all that down below, but I am mostly on Instagram is where you can find me. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'll have everything listed down below that I used. Let me take this out of my hair. My hair is a little thinner than it used to be due to all the stress and everything that I've been through. I did lose a lot of my hair, so it's not as pretty as it used to be, but you know, we're working with it. My OBGYN actually suggested I take prenatals, just because they could help with my hair, and they also just, you know, they're formulated for a woman, so they all may also help contribute to me feeling better. So I haven't started that yet, so we'll see. I am taking collagen for my hair, so we'll see how that goes too. So I'll keep y'all posted. Yeah, that's it. Again, thank y'all. If you stuck around, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.